What is sexual orientation? Sexual orientation is defined as the orientation or identity that refers to how an individual views themselves sexually. This topic has many disadvantages in the sense that it affects many people's lives. Sexual orientation has been around for many years, but it is recently what everyone talks about. This topic branches out to many ideas and levels, such as same sex marriage or violence. This idea can only be answered by a few chosen just because they talk from experience and from everything they have to go through in order to reach their equal rights. And this makes society wonder how being different can cause so much chaos. How can it be so harsh, or how can it affect many lives? And this is something that society has to come together and to learn to respect others' beliefs, values, preference in sexually, and it's just a way to learn to respect each other. So back in time, sexual orientation used to be known as heterosexuality and homosexuality. So how do they choose to identify and where it all starts? So basically, it all starts ever since puberty. They start questioning themselves and just experiencing different new things. This whole process is completed before adulthood. The changes in puberty is what makes them curious and they start questioning what is happening to them. So, this is something that they do not choose from one day to the next, but because of their choice or because of what they feel. Many parents or family members disown their children because this is not the norm that society has formed, and they've been outcasted because of their sexual preference. So, this concept has been brought in to society to understand that it's not easy being part of this community. Many problems have been created and they have to fight their way through family, friends, and even the courts of the United States. So a suggestion would be for the people of Laredo to just hear them out and be patient with them because they are stuck in this place where they need to talk to someone but they don't feel comfortable. Maybe making a support group, attending different meetings, or being just having support groups to encourage them to not feel like they don't belong wherever they want to be a part of. One of the main things that was opposed by the court was the same sex marriage law. This was opposed by all of the states except two, but as of today, 37 states now allow same sex marriage. This idea was fought almost every year until the court finally passed it. The day that all the couples heard this ruling, they all rushed to receive their marriage. And why did this happen? Why did it take so long? Because the court could not put their feelings, ideas, and images first. They were very biased in the sense that they let their beliefs, their religions, and the social norms come out to not approve this law. Any topic that is presented to society will have its ups and downs. And society will always find a way to give their opinion or even to twist the truth. In Laredo, when this news came out, many people were very supportive and just decided to let these individuals be and live their life and just accept and respect who they love. Another one of the many problems they face is violence, and this can happen at a very young age until now being adults. It can be either physical or verbal, and this will basically start at their school and even with their own family. They will get bullied by different classmates, by even their family, and it can even lead to physical action. And this is something that the school should be able to help out a student with. They should not be having any negative experiences and they should just be with someone who will support them. They should have support groups, someone they can talk to, a safe zone that they have someone to confide in. They go day by day wondering when they'll have a normal school experience because they feel casted out by their peer, by not only their peers but also their school. As they enter the teen or adult stage, they start to see things a little bit clearer. How people can have so much hate towards them, and how it can go from verbal abuse to actual death. So, an example of this would be the shooting at the Gate nightclub in Orlando, Florida. This was one of the biggest mass shootings we have seen in the country, and it is something that was targeted against the LGBT community. Um, this didn't affect the Laredo people directly, but it might have helped as an eye opener, and it can help to see and at least try to understand these individuals. It not only affected them, but their families as well. If they want to be able to form a family, they have to understand how these situations can affect themselves or even their children, and what would they do to protect them. Another big problem is the typical family. The typical family would have a mother, a father, and their children. It is rare to see a family with two mothers or two fathers, and this is where people start to think, is this a real family? This is one of the biggest discriminations that the LGBT community will face when they try to have a family of their own. Society will discriminate against them no matter what, because it is not the social norm. It is not what they are used to. And there are six different reasons that society believes LGBT parents are wrongful. The first one would be, it is a sin, it is unnatural, it is selfish and ignores the best interests of the children. It can deprive children of gender roles, put children at risk in their sexual or gender identity, and it increases the risk of bullying due to having homosexuality involved in their lives. And these points may all be valid to someone who is a very close minded person and who has their own beliefs. But it is also important to be able to reach out to these people who want to have a family and who want to be accepted just because they want to feel that love of a family. And in Laredo, many people can be very close minded just because we do come from a Hispanic background, and the typical family would be a mother, a father, and their children. They are very close minded, and because of their culture and their beliefs, they will not be able to accept these people. But the people from Laredo should just look past that and try to help and support them, because they want to build their own family and they want to basically be accepted by everyone else. And that should not be the case. They should just feel like they're a normal family and they can live their lives without being judged. As the years go by, many individuals have slowly begun to accept the LGBT community. They feel they deserve the same respect as any other individual would have that respect. And this is where society will hopefully begin to notice the change that people are trying to commit to and will want to join the fight for this community. This will also affect a community, but it tends to affect the person who is being hurt the most. Getting married or building a family should not be affected by who you prefer to love. It should be simply because of how happy you want to be. And no person should be a victim to this. They are not a if they are not a part of this community. These people have had to work their way through every situation to reach everything they have up to this day. People are slowly accepting them into the world, but at least that's a step closer to the full acceptance